Okay, let's talk about progressive overload and how you can apply it to any program. Now, progressive overload is basically making an exercise harder, whether it's through increasing sets, increasing reps, weight, increasing frequency, decreasing rest, any of these variables that you can manipulate in order to make the exercise harder so that we can continue to get stronger. Now, obviously, if we're just going to add more reps each week, you're very quickly going to hit a ceiling and you're going to be doing dozens, if not hundreds of reps. Obviously not very sustainable. Same goes for if we're just going to keep adding weight. So we need to manipulate the two. And the way that I do it with all of the people that are on my one-on-one custom programs. So I have the Ready to Roll app. It's strength and mobility programs for jiu-jitsu people, basically. And the easiest way that I like to apply progressive overload for every single one of my members is like this. So let's say we've got 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, right? So this is how I like to lay it out in the program for most of the exercises, not all of them. So let's say we've got a 6-week program, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-week program. On week 1, we hit 3 sets at 8 reps at 10 kilos. Whatever exercise this is. Let's say it's a goblet squat. Okay, so that's great. Now, the way that we've used this is we want to find a weight that we can do all 3 sets for the lower end of this rep scheme here. So we're going to start at 8 reps. So this should have felt challenging. We want this to feel difficult and we want this to be approximately 1 to 3 reps from failure. So if I was standing there next to you, you had your 10 kilo weight, you did your 8 reps of your goblet squat, and I said to you, how many more reps can you do right now? If you were to say 5, then it's too light. So we want to find that weight where it's very close to you failing. So at most, you could only do 3 more reps, right? So that's great. So week 1, you figured out that 10 kilos is pretty tough for 3 sets of 8 reps, goblet squat. Week 2 comes around. You're feeling pretty strong. Maybe the first set, you actually do 9 reps. Nice work at 10 kilos, right? But then the second 2 sets, you're like, it's too heavy again. I can only do 8 reps. But we have just applied progressive overload by adding 1 rep to this very first set here. As the weeks go on, eventually you're going to get to the point where you're actually doing 3 sets of 12 reps. And this might happen slowly, say maybe week 3, you actually get 2 sets, and this week you're feeling really strong. So you're actually getting 2 sets of 10 reps at 10 kilos, but your last one, you can only get out 9, right? So we're still adding that progressive overload. The goal is to get to 3 sets of 12 reps. So maybe on week 4, something happens. You've had a good brekkie, and you hit 3 sets of 12 reps at 10 kilos. Keep in mind, this may not happen over 4 weeks. This may happen over 16 weeks, but this is just to give you an example, right? So we've achieved it. Yay, we win. What now? Now we go back to our 8 reps. So the following week, we're going to increase the weight now. So we're going to actually go back to 3 times 8 reps, but maybe now we're using the 12 kilo dumbbell. So we've now increased our weight across a lower amount of reps. So this is progressive overload. And then you're very slowly going to build up until eventually you're at 3 sets of 12 reps at 12 kilos. And then you carry on, repeat the process. Now this works with a bunch of different rep schemes. I'm just using 8 to 12 as an example. But this is essentially the most simple way to apply progressive overload. So if you're on a program or if you've written yourself a program and there is a rep range like this, that's generally what your coach is asking of you. So if you've got any questions, leave them below. Always happy to help. If you want to check out my free programs, it's the Ready to Roll app. You can download it from the app stores. Otherwise, send me a message and I can give you 7 days free, a free trial on the app.